Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night. Yes, it's the To Be Determined show. We are live beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com. I'm the Oracle of Ominous, the architect of intellect, the wicked Nemesis. And joining me tonight, we have our producer extraordinaire, the one and only, the host of Beyond Ringside, and the man that runs this very network, Fast Eddie Layne. Eddie, how you doing tonight, sir?
It's been a beautiful day. It's been a beautiful night so far. There's almost an eclipse in the sky. In other words, it's going to be up to me to moon somebody because, doggone it, the skies just aren't going to do it for me.
You are a liar, sir. A liar. And, of course, he is one-third of the Unlucky Charms. He is the man behind the myth. Yes, the final solution, the grand design, Clyde Braddock. Braddock, how you doing tonight, sir?
Where's the event at? The Civic Center in Pale City? All right, well, bye then. That's how I'm doing.
Well, okay, then. And, of course, our
You know what I'm
guest,
talking about.
our guest this evening is a man that needs no introduction, but we'll give him one anyways. A man that has done it all and seen it all in professional wrestling. There's not really any way to beat around the bush. This man is one of the preeminent hardcore, quote-unquote, strong-style wrestlers in the world. A man that single-handedly brought it to the forefront on everywhere and anywhere he could. The man has probably 500 different monikers, if you will, but we all know him as the No Pain Train, Iceberg. Berg, how you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good, brother. How are you all?
We're doing fantastic. We want to appreciate you coming on. I know it was a hell of a time to get you on. We do appreciate you taking time out, sir, from your busy schedule.
Oh, man, I appreciate you guys having me on, brother.
Now, you have one of the greatest places that you were billed from, places men fear to tread. That is one of the greatest monikers, one of the greatest places to ever be from. Who come up with that?
That look, all the credit in the world on that goes to Jeff G. Bailey. Every name that I've got, my hometown, any of my moves, like my signature shit, Bailey and Dan Wilson came up with them. So, yeah, I'm just the puppet on the end of the string, brother.
But we have someone that has just called in. I do believe I know this number. Is this the real deal, AJ Steele?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! So we have Berg and AJ on the phone at the same time. How you doing tonight, AJ?
Oh, I'm a little pissed off.
When are you not pissed off?
I'm a little pissed off.
When are you not pissed off? That's the question.
When I'm asleep.
Oh, is that it? Yeah, I believe that.
That's all.
Now, AJ, before we get
let me go ahead and let me say something right now, because you know I don't have a whole lot of respect for a whole lot of people in this business anymore because I'm old and I'm bitter. But there's a gentleman that's on this telephone call right now, on this radio show right now, that I have the utmost absolute respect for, and he knows exactly why, and that's Iceberg.
Well, tell me how you first met Berg.
Well, I don't even remember. That's how long ago. I don't even remember how long ago it's been and where. I don't even remember where I met him. I've been hitting the head with a lot of chairs, but I don't remember. And to be completely honest with you, it doesn't matter. But this man is someone who I have respected from day one, and he's never changed who he was. Period. You know what I mean? He's never changed who he was. Unlike other people, like Micah Taylor, who like to play both sides of the fence. Iceberg's never changed.
That is one thing that everybody seems to say about you, Berg. Everybody seems to have the utmost respect for you, and as always says that you are one of the guys that is up front and quote-unquote a straight shooter. I mean, how hard is it to have a reputation like that, or is it just something that comes just naturally being straightforward?
I mean, I of course, I was raised in the South, I was taught early on, learn my manners, respect my elders, and that stuck with me from day one, stepping foot into this business up until now. I respect each and every person that decides to put on a pair of boots and get in the ring after they're trained properly, of course. It's just, why be fake? You know what I mean? Like, if you can't be yourself and, just be upfront with shit. Like, I'm not there to hurt anybody, because I've got to get up and go to work in the morning. On this level of competition, we've all got to get up and go to work the next morning. But, I'm not going to pussyfoot around with anybody, and I don't expect anybody to pussyfoot around with me. So, if I hit you hard, then hit me back just as hard or twice as hard. I don't care. As long as we're selling a fucking seat every 18 inches, I could care less, brother. I've got too much respect for this business, and I've had it from the age of 4 years old. Love this business, and from the time I stepped into a ring 15 years ago, and the guy that trained me, as a matter of fact, is AJ's partner, Murder One. So I've got the utmost respect for him. I've got the utmost respect for AJ. I've known AJ for probably 13 years now. So, and if him and Murder One are able to, get together and put together what I think is one of the greatest heel tag teams in the last 20 years, hey, brother, I got nothing but respect for either one of those guys.
Now, you talk about AJ. AJ, what is your favorite Iceberg story? Because everybody has their favorite Iceberg story. You ask somebody that has spent one event with Iceberg and they have a story. What is your favorite? And without getting anybody in trouble, of course,
No, I don't give a damn about getting nobody in trouble. I have several favorite Iceberg stories, but I think the most recent Iceberg story I think I would share would probably be he and I beating the hell out of each other around the outside of a building and back into the front door. That probably would be the most recent Iceberg story. We literally fought outside of a building all the way around the front, the back. We went out the back of the building. We fought all the way around to the front of the building, back into the front door. And, while the shit's going on, of course, it's not fun because, like he said, if you hit him hard, he's going to hit you back hard. That's just the way we were brought up, period. And I probably hit him hard. He probably hit me back 10 times as hard, and I probably hit him back 10 times as hard. But that's just the way, that's just the respect, and that's just how we bring each other's level of intensity up that much higher. And that is so ironic as to why I'm on the phone with you tonight and why you have this legend, like you said. I don't want to take away from you talking to him. So I want to go ahead and say what I got to say, and I'm going to leave it to you, and I'm going to leave it to Iceberg, and I apologize to Berg. But I want to say this because I don't think people quite understand. When you say hardcore and you mention a legend like Iceberg, you got to understand that I know people like him, and we may not necessarily have the same style in the ring, but a certain situation will raise the level of violence that will come out of a person. That is why I'm calling tonight, because you don't understand. Micah Taylor, if you're listening to me right now, if your family is listening to me right now, the level of violence that I'm on right now is not safe for you or for your family. I am not here for business. This is personal. I am trying to destroy you and end your career. And if it means touching one of your family members, with a baseball bat, meaning Tracy Taylor, because you put yourself in a position to be around ringside, then that means you put yourself in a position for me to destroy you as well. I don't think they understand that this is not the plan. This is not in the script. This is not supposed to happen. This is AJ on a whole nother level. And I want him to understand that I'm playing for keeps right now. Micah Taylor has done the same thing that Iceberg has done. He's made me raise the level of the competition, but now it's beyond competition. I compete with Iceberg. I end Micah Taylor.
Well, AJ, we appreciate you coming on, sir. Of course, the door is always open. Those are very strong words to Micah Taylor. What about to his fans that witnessed the brutality that you put on him Saturday night in Pell City at the Civic Center?
If they thought that was brutal, they have no idea. They have no idea, because Micah Taylor, you caused me to do what I'm doing. You went from, like I said, I respected him, to now hating him. And he doesn't even understand. You know, he brings his family and he brings other people, and it's like he brings them maybe to have his back. And I understand that you were a Marine. Excuse me, you are a Marine. None of that makes a difference to me. None of that makes a difference to me. What makes a difference to me is that I do exactly what I say I'm going to do, and that's in your career.
Well, AJ, we appreciate it. We're about to move on to a little bit more brutality and a little bit more mayhem. AJ, we appreciate you calling in, sir.
I appreciate you guys having me. Iceberg, I love you. Hey, like I said, no disrespect. I didn't mean to call and step on nobody's toes. I just had something I wanted to get off my chest, and I'm glad that you would be the one person that's on the phone to hear what I have to say, because I know if anybody knows anything about hardcore issue.
Well, brother, I appreciate it, and I love you back. And when you finally get his ass in the ring, beat the shit out of him for me.
Now you know it's going to happen.
If Berg asks, it will happen. Thank you, AJ. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned Murder One, AJ Steele's tag team partner with the Usual Suspects, and I agree with you. One of the best heel tag teams over the last 20 years, bar none, and probably the most misunderstood tag team out there. But you were mentored by someone that a lot of people associate with hardcore and brutality, Abdullah the Butcher. What was it like being mentored with him? Although he may not have trained you, you are one of the guys that is very, 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 very associated with him.
It was awesome, man. I tell you, it was pretty much a chance encounter. Meeting him for the first time. A guy that I know was running a local show here in my hometown, and he had Butcher booked. And he had New Jack booked on the same card, and we had all gone up. I think there was like 6 of us had gone up that day, and we were gonna pick Abdullah up. The guy rented the limo, and he was just going all out to accommodate Butcher. Anyway, we got to his restaurant, and I mean, no bullshit. I walked in the door, and he came straight to me, and he went to the promoter, and he said, "I'm working with him tonight." And he was scheduled to wrestle, I think, Doug Summers. And he told the guy, he said, "Look, I'll do what you want me to with Doug, but I want to work with this kid right here." So, that evening on the way back to town, of course, starts to get into my head, like, holy shit, this motherfucker right here is one of the most hardcore sons of bitches that ever lived, and he wants to work with me. And at this point in time, I was fucking nobody. I was literally nobody. But I think it was just because I was a big guy, and that's what he likes. That's the type he likes to work with, is a big guy. And so we're coming back this way, and about halfway through, made a pit stop, and Butcher had Honest John, who's his manager, had him driving, and I was riding with the other guys in the limo. We stopped at a convenience store, and Butcher told me to just get in the car with him. And it started right then. He started talking to me, and just really at the time, I wasn't able to process it. I couldn't take it all in because I was in awe, of this larger than life character that I had been definitely afraid of as a child. He started to just talk to me and mentor me, and it blew me away. It blew me away, the fact that he was, turning down Doug, who I've got the utmost respect for, Doug Summers. He was turning him down to work with me, a greenhorn, bringer and goose shit, and didn't know any better. So, we get to the show that night, and we're going over, just kind of going over things, and that's when Abby broke the news to Doug, look, I'm not working you tonight, and I think Chick Donovan was like the special guest referee for that match, and he's like, I'm not working with you tonight, and Doug's like, why? He's like, I want to work with that kid right there. So we just kind of talk about things, and the next thing I know, not only am I involved in a match with the man that terrified me as a child, but then New Jack was added into the mix. So here is New Jack, who was the first guy I ever saw on an ECW show. Just flipping through the channels late one night, and I hear the music playing, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I see a wrestling ring, but I don't see anybody wrestling, and it's New Jack, and he's coming off the fucking top of a goddamn U-Haul truck onto one of the Dudleys, I believe it was. And then you've got Butcher, who the very first live wrestling event that I went to as a kid was here in my hometown in little old Thomaston, Georgia. And Abdul was wrestling some local guy here. And they came through the fucking crowd right where I was sitting as like a 7-year-old child. And it fucking mortified me. I was terrified. And then here I am in this same night. I'm going to be in a ring with Abby, who's stabbing people with a fucking fork, and Jack, who, he had his staple gun and his gimmicks, and I'm like, I'm going to fucking die. I'm going to die right here in my hometown, in front of my mother, in front of all my friends, and I'm going to die, and you know what? I'm fucking okay with it. So that's how my relationship with him started.
What was your first match like? What were your thoughts going into right before you walked out of the curtain?
I was scared shitless. Like at this point in time, like I know it's a work, but still that aura that he carries with him, like I just wasn't sure, and I guess that was the mark in me, or that was reality setting in. If you fuck up, this motherfucker, he's gonna stab your ass to death, So yeah, I was scared shitless, dude.
Whoa! I had no fun saying the same thing about you. There have been people that have told me, if you fuck up, Berg will kill you.
And that's something that I've gotten stuck with, and it's not necessarily the case. I've had a couple of occasions where, guys just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, or, I guess thought that I was slow and couldn't pick up on their simple opening spot, which is hit the ring, fire up, we're going to go shoot your reverses, duck the clothesline, double back, drop powder. And that's the opening spot. And the guy that made the mistake, they were from Texas. And I don't like to talk before I wrestle. Just go out and do what I'm going to do, you know? And these guys had gotten with my partner at the time, who was Tank, and they kind of gone over some stuff. And when we got to the go area, they just explained the spot to me like I just did with you guys. And this one son of a bitch, as soon as he gets the spot out of his mouth, he slaps me on the shoulder and goes, "You reckon you can remember that, Bubba?" And that shit infuriated me. You know?
I cannot imagine that. That is fucking hilarious. So what was the receipt for that, I guess just to say?
As soon as they went through the curtain, I looked at Tank. They were the NWA Texas champions at the time, and we were the Wild Side Tag champions at the time. And so they went through the curtain. I looked at Tank, and I said, "Well, all that shit they just fucking called with you, that shit's out the fucking window. We're going like 1984 Road Warriors shit on these motherfuckers."
You and Tank of all people.
Huh?
You and Tank of all fucking people. You and Tank.
Right. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Like, you know, he's more level-headed than I am, believe it or not. And like I said, he was trying to work with those guys because that was their first time in the building or whatever. But, you know, it rubbed me the wrong way. And it infuriated me, and we went to the ring, and we slid in just like, you know, that was, you know, we were going to slide in and start an exchange. But instead of that, when we slid in the ring, I took my tag belt and I busted the son of a bitch across from me in the fucking forehead and knocked him out of the ring. Like, legitimately knocked him out of the fucking ring. And once the match got started, like, it didn't stop. Like, it was just like, all I could see was red in the water. You know, the fucking blood was in the water. And at one point, this fucking kid looks up, and I guarantee you, anybody sitting in the crowd that was smart, they caught this. But he looks up at his partner after I kicked him right in the fucking Adam's apple, and he goes, "Is this a shoot? You goddamn idiot. Is that what they raised in fucking Texas? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a fucking shoot. And if I get my goddamn hands on you again, I'm going to fucking bash your skull in." And I told the referee, I said, "When this fucking match is over with, you go get those fucking tag belts of theirs and you bring them to me because they're not going to fucking get them back." And as soon as the pinfall went down, they had a manager at ringside. He ran right to the fucking timekeeper's table and grabbed that shit, and they shot through the curtain. And before me and Tank could get up the ramp into the curtain, they were already in their car on the way back to Texas. Didn't change their clothes, didn't get their pay, they didn't get shit.
See, that's how you handle it. That's how you handle it. That's how you fucking handle it right there. That is old school fucking man versus man. Everybody wants to do this stupid shit like this steel horsing shit. They want to get on Facebook and talk shit. That's how you handle it. That is fate. That is him. Jesus Christ, Eddie, you have a question, sir.
Yeah, I love your alert tone for the production chat. We got to work on that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I heard it too.
Must be that new version of Skype that everybody's being forced to use. Thanks, Microsoft. Iceberg, first off, Eddie Layne here, and thank you again for coming on board tonight. Great to hear from you. You said,
"Hey, thank you, Eddie. You know, that's an awesome name. Eddie's my name as well." So
coolness. You said,
yes, sir.
You said a word a little earlier that seems to be bandied and thrown about quite often in this era in professional wrestling. The word is respect. The question that I have for you is, from your perspective, and this ties in perfectly with the story you just told, how can you tell from your perspective when someone honestly respects the business? Drink.
I mean, to me, they're willing to listen. You know, they're willing to, and let's say I'm in the ring with something like with a veteran. You know, somebody that's been in longer than me. You know, whatever they say, whatever direction they give me, I'm gonna follow that because they have been around longer than me and they have paved the way. You know what I mean? And so, like, to disrespect the business or to respect the business, that doesn't mean to drag your fucking girlfriend into this shit and tell her, hey, baby, guess what? Tonight I'm winning the fucking belt in goddamn butthole Mississippi. You know, I'm going to be a fucking champion. No, you're not, dumbass. It's a fucking gimmick. It's a fucking prop. You ain't winning the goddamn thing. Nobody's winning. Nobody's fucking losing. You know? But you fucking respect each other. You go out and you work your fucking ass off, and you make the guy you're working with look good, as well as make yourself look good. But you really got to get that other guy over. You've got to make that person that you're standing across that ring from, you've got to make them believable, and you've got to fucking respect them and what they do and what they bring to the table. Because if you don't, then you're fucked. Then you're out there, and it's a one-sided fucking thing, and your dick's in your hand, and you look fucking stupid.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got to take our first break. Berg, can you give us about 15, 20 more minutes, sir?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're about to take our first break of the evening. When we come back, we're going to talk more with the harbinger of sorrow, the one and only, the No Pain Train, Iceberg, right here, the To Be Determined Show, live, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Smart Rage from Wrestle Rage Radio, coming to you from the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Join myself and my co-host, Super Stan Grubb, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern as we present Wrestle Rage Radio, where we rant and rave on everything in the world of pro wrestling. Sometimes we'll have a guest. Sometimes it'll be just me and Stan BSing about the sport that we love, pro wrestling. Check us out. Tune in Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, only on the Beyond Ringside Network.
Hey, everyone. This is the Cause, Robert Cosper, host of Cause and Effects Thursday Night Radio Throwdown. This is your invitation to join me, along with the Effects Stuart Couch, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, and all of the craziness that is C&E, right here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. It's wrestling radio with a twist, and some might just say with a twist of lime when the bar is open. Cause and Effect, right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with the incomparable Iceberg. Also, we have Fast Eddie Layne on the line. We have the Grand Design Clyde Braddock. We have the Real Deal AJ Steele tonight, special guest co-host. Berg, we were just talking off air. It is a small business. You were talking about an incident that happened at Global Championship Wrestling when they wrestled out of bell bottoms.
Yep.
Years ago in Birmingham. Tell that story, sir, if you will.
I think it was Dan Sawyer that I wrestled that night. We had this match, and the loser had to be put to a table. So when it came time for us to to take it home, I think it was it wasn't Dan. It may have been Guff.
The Machine Guff Grayson.
They had the fucking rubbing alcohol. Anyway, they poured that green rubbing alcohol over this goddamn table, and it was like pulled up and set it on fire. And when it came time for me to go through it, all the fucking rubbing alcohol hadn't burnt off yet. So when I went through it, it just attached itself to me.
Yeah.
And the whole back of my left shoulder and left arm is on fire. So while I'm laying there on the ground, quickly becoming a fucking barbecue that Jim Ross will be proud to put his barbecue sauce on, fucking my manager at the time, like I said, God rest his soul, the mysterious benefactor, he reaches up to the nearest table to him to fucking grab a drink to put me out. And whatever it was that he grabbed was, it had to, like I said, it had to have been over 100 proof, because when he poured it on me, the fucking flame just intensified and just fucking blew up. And so when we finally got me put out and we get to the back and the guys are asking, "Are you okay? You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. It's just, this shit's burning. Let me see how fucking bad it's burnt." And I looked over my left shoulder and I said, "Move those wet paper towels," because that's what it looked like. "Move those wet paper towels off of my back so I can see how bad this shit is." And they said, "That's not paper towels. That's your fucking skin." So, yeah, my whole left side from my shoulder blade up to above my right arm was just peeled away, burnt the fuck off.
Has that been your worst injury in some of these matches you do?
I mean, that one I bounced off. I bounced back quicker from that one. I think probably the worst is blowing my knees out. We were doing and I wasn't even probably 5 months in the business, maybe 6 months at the time that this happened. But I was wrestling a guy. He went under the name of Dark Gable, Cicero Brooks.
Yeah.
And we were having a hardcore match for Don Lewis's old promotion, IW. And anyway, we're fighting throughout the crowd in the Marietta Armory, and one of the fans had brought some weapons, and one of the weapons was like this metal drum lid, like a 55-gallon drum lid, and they just kind of tossed it over in the vicinity to where we were working. And Dark Gable went to shoot me into the wall in the armory, and I reversed him. And when I did, and went to toss him, I stepped with my left foot right on top of that damn that lid to that drum, and I went down, and my fucking foot was up by my left shoulder, and I grabbed it to try and get myself in a more comfortable position, and my left leg just kind of flopped out in front of me like a dolphin coming out of the water. So, at that point in time, they had me on this whole, nobody could beat me fucking streak, and as I'm laying there with my kneecap on the side of my leg, the referee goes, "What am I supposed to do?" I said, "Fucking tell him to pin me. That's what you fucking tell him to do."
I'm sorry.
Fuck this. This shit hurts.
Anybody that's ever had any knee injury will tell you, fucking whatever it is, finish it now. Especially a referee, that is fantastic. Oh my
exactly. God. So we finished it up. He pinned me, and I get to the back and go outside, and I had Tommy Too Much. Team from Simon. He drove me from the middle of the armory back to Thomaston, which is about 80 miles. Because the way I was looking at it was, if I'm gonna be in the hospital, at least I'm gonna be close to home. And we got back here that night, and I went out to the emergency room, and I had this little Indian doctor, and I swear to God, it was like I was like fucking Keystone Cops. This motherfucker did everything but take a goddamn a vice and put my knee in it to try and put my kneecap back into place. He was literally standing up on the hospital bed with both of his feet on one was on my thigh, one was on my calf, and he had both hands on my kneecap trying to pull it back into place, and he couldn't do it. And for 2 hours he pulled on my fucking kneecap and never could get it back into place, and sent me home from the hospital that night with, I think it was 2 hydrocodone 10s. And we didn't have a drugstore in town that was open on Sundays. So that's all the pain relief that I had through Saturday night into Sunday going into Monday morning was those 2 fucking little pain pills that he gave me. But yeah, I got sent home with my kneecap still on the side of my leg. That was pretty fucking awesome.
We have so much to talk about, but I'm going to pass it. We've got to get you on and just talk about nothing but NWA Wildside, because you were first of all, let's just say you were part of the Extreme Freebirds with yourself, Tank, and Ray Gordy. What the fuck was that like?
Oh, dude, it was awesome. At that point in time, we were doing this show up in Rome, Georgia, and it was the NAWA Ring Warriors, I believe, or Ring Champions, one of the other. It switched from Ring Warriors to Ring Champions, or vice versa. I'm not sure. But anyway, they had Ray in this gimmick with these other 2 guys, and they were kind of doing like a new varsity club type gimmick. And before I took the book, I was just like, fucking why? That's Terry Gordy's son. You know, to have him in anything besides a fucking Freebird gimmick is ridiculous. So when I got the book, I went to Ray and I said, Ray, you know, how do you feel about, you know, us doing this thing kind of like, you know, your dad was involved with, and we'll call it the Extreme Freebirds. And he said, oh man, I love it. And so I said, look, before we do this, I need for you, just for my own, you know, for my sake, I need for you to get permission from Michael Hayes for us to do this. And he went to Michael and pitched the idea to Michael, and Michael loved it. And he said, do it. Y'all go do it. So we had Michael's blessing, and I mean, it was just a thrill to me to be able to, you know, like, just be a part of that stable, but to have Terry Gordy's son, who was a really good friend of mine later on, like, to have him be a part of it, it was something special, man. It was really something special.
Now we're going to pass it around. I have hogged up enough of your time for tonight, so we've got to get you back on. Right here, we are going to get back on.
Anytime you want me on, brother, you let me know, and I'll call in and I'll spend half a day with you.
Clyde Braddock, any questions? I know you have a lot for Mr. Berg.
Well, I'm going to use my go-to because I feel like it's the best question that I ask. So, as me being a younger person in the business and being earlier in my career, do you have any advice for me? You know, I know you've been in it for a while, so do you have any advice for me?
Yeah, I mean, when you settle for who's training you, make sure it's somebody that has knowledge of the business and has time invested in it. Don't whore yourself out. You know, and I know because I did it, I'm sure, and I know AJ did it early on. We both whored ourselves out, and we'd work anywhere that, you know, somebody would have us. And I won't tell you not to do it, but just be careful when you do it. And what I tell guys all the time, keep your mouth shut and your ears open, because you can learn so much just by listening to what's going on around you. Then, you know, just going, well, you know, I saw this, I watched this video, and I saw this. What do you think about that? Just keep your mouth shut, your ears and your eyes open. You'll learn so much as far as this business goes, man, that you'll be 10 steps ahead of the next guy beside you. I promise you.
Eddie.
Yes, well, thank you, sir.
Eddie, any questions for Berg?
You know, you and I have worked around some of the same circles in particular because I also used to work with Moose Lewis over at IWU. That's where it's like when you started to mention Cicero, I thought he's going to mention Dark Gable, he's going to mention Cicero, but is he going to mention Black Jabroni Boy or Sweet Daddy or some of the...
Jabroni Boy, big name. God bless him. That was the first gimmick. Hey, I didn't come up with it. That was Murder One Homicide came up with that, but that was his first name was Big Nick.
Now, out of all the different places you've worked geographically speaking, and of all the different fan bases you've worked in front of, which has genuinely been your favorite and why?
Probably out of Cornelia, where Wild Side and Anarchy is based out of. That's probably been my favorite place to go and work because they genuinely appreciate what we do. They really do, and as long as you go out there and you bust your ass and you give them 110%, regardless of how much of an asshole you have to be to them, or whatever, how many babies you have to kiss and how many fat women you have to hug, like they genuinely give a shit about you, and it makes you want to give them every ounce of energy that you've got each and every time you go out there.
AJ, any questions for Bird?
My question to you would be, if you had to go back to your childhood, or you had to go back to that day when you decided that you wanted to be a professional wrestler, due to, we all go through injuries, we all go through hard times, we all go through everything. We go through all types of stuff. Would you do it all again?
Absolutely.
And since you answered it, do you have any regrets about?
I don't, man. I would do everything exactly the same. A lot of people would call me an idiot because I say I don't have any regrets. Not even with the TNA stuff. I was told to go out and job out Norman Smiley on TNA, one of their pay-per-views when I got there, and I wouldn't do it because I had too much respect for the man. And after that, Scott D'Amore buried me. The Sandman was, I tell you what, the night I wrestled Sandman on the TNA pay-per-view, when we went in that booking meeting, it was me, Sandman, and Scott D'Amore. And the Sandman was legitimately passed out, fucked up, in the booking meeting. And Scott D'Amore decided that night he was going to bury me. And so once that booking meeting was over with, Sandman, I guess he came to. Somebody woke him up, gave him some smelling salts, grabbed him by the balls. They did something, stuck him in his ass with a cigarette. I don't know. But he came to, and he came to me and was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. You're not going to get shit in, and I'm going to fucking beat you. And this is how I'm going to beat you. And I said, no, you're not. You're not going to. I said, I've worked too fucking long and too hard to try and make a name for myself. In this business, you're not going to fucking do that to me. If I'm going out, I'm going to go out, turn in a couple of fucking heads, and if they fire me, then fuck it, they fire me, but it's not because I didn't fucking try and didn't give them my all. So no, I wouldn't change a fucking thing. Fuck Scott D'Amore and fuck Sandman, and hey, I had a good fucking time while I was there, and the fucking money was good. So fuck it, I wouldn't change a goddamn thing. And Norman Smiley put me over, so fuck it.
I think that's where a lot of people that didn't know anything about Wildside saw you was in your TNA run in the early days, and those days were tremendous. You and Norman Smiley. I mean, a guy in WCW that started off as a jobber joke that turned into something, and you and him go out and have a pretty damn good match.
Yeah, absolutely. And I couldn't as the way I looked at it, I was a greenhorn still. I was not going to go out there and just squash a guy that had probably at the time 18 years in the business. And I told him, Norman came to me and said, look, whatever we need to do, we'll do it. And I said, Norman, I'm not going to fucking do what they asked me to. I'm not going to do it. and whatever happens will fucking happen, but I'm not going out there fucking squashing you. We'll go out, we'll have our match, you'll get your shit in, I'll get mine in, and if you put me over, thank you. If you decide not to, thank you. That's your fucking prerogative. And we went out, and he put me over, and after that, they didn't bring me back. So, am I mad about it? Fuck no. I wrestled Nemesis my own pay-per-view. Kiss my ass.
Berg, we do a little segment over here on this show and also on Beyond Ringside. We want to know if you can take part in 5 minutes of questions.
All right?
Eddie, if you will, sir.
Now, first off, there are no wrong answers. Second, there are no right questions.
Awesome.
Number 3, please keep both hands and feet inside the car while the roller coaster is still going, because the No Pain Train Iceberg is now going to enter into the Lightning Mike Quackenbush, White Lightning Tim Horner, Jushin Thunder Liger Lightning Round. Mabo, do the sound effect. He did that by satellite.
I love Mike Quackenbush.
This is going to be a rapid succession of questions. They could be wrestling related, or they could not be wrestling related.
May not be.
Eddie,
Shoot.
Will, give us 5 minutes, please, on the clock.
5 minutes on the clock, and go.
Go. Berg, you are stranded on an island. You have one album that you can take with you, and ever how you can listen to it, you can listen to it. What is that album that you take?
It's Kiss Destroyer.
Yes!
Eddie.
Which do you wish you would have created? Tater tots or fried cheesecake bites?
Oh, the damn cheese. Shit.
Clyde.
Clyde?
Clyde?
Oh, didn't hear you. Okay. What is your favorite type of cheese?
Fuck. Pepper Jack.
Yeah, I like that. I like it. Yes.
AJ.
Word Association, Jason Cross.
Run that by me one time, I couldn't hear you.
What do you think about Jason Cross?
I think he needs to get off his ass and get back in a fucking wrestling ring. He's wasting his talent. Love you, Jason, but you're a cocksucker. Get back in the ring.
Best babyface you've ever seen, sir.
The best babyface I've ever seen?
Yes, sir.
Dusty Rhodes.
Eddie.
Who were the better Super Friends sidekicks? Zan, Jaina, and Gleek, or Wendy, Marvin, and Wonder Dog?
Wonder Dog.
Clyde.
If you could have any tag team partner, any wrestler in history, who would it be?
Bruiser Brody.
AJ.
If you could have any opponent in wrestling, dead or alive, who would it be?
The Sheik.
Who is one guy that you would not wrestle for any amount of money?
Oh, shit. Fuck me. Orlando Jordan.
Good one.
Eddie.
What food can you not ever resist?
What food can I not resist?
Yeah.
Fuck, egg rolls. Chinese food.
Clyde?
When you met Abdullah the Butcher, did you see his balls at least once? Because his balls hang down to his knees. I swear to God.
Not the night that I met him, but yes, I have seen his balls.
Yeah. I said they were out when he was wrestling, man, at one of the shows that I was at, and I was like, "Goo!"
Yeah, he could have a fucking tag match with his balls in the ring and him holding the tag rope. I promise you.
I swear, man, it's ridiculous.
Yep, they hang to his knees. I know they do.
AJ.
Who is your favorite independent wrestler right now? Who do you like to watch right now?
My favorite independent wrestler right now?
Yes.
Corey Hollis.
Okay.
Because that kid is phenomenal. Like, no pun intended, not taking anything away from AJ Styles, but that kid's phenomenal. I love Corey.
Who is the best talent that you've seen in your eyes that has come through Cornelia, Georgia?
AJ Styles, no doubt.
Eddie.
Give me your Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling.
Luthez, Ric Flair, Bruno Sammartino, and did I say Race? I said Harley Race, right?
No, you didn't.
Harley Race.
That's 4. Clyde.
Are you familiar with Terrible Ted the Wrestling Bear?
No.
Please look it up later.
Absolutely. I'm excited now.
60 seconds.
Yeah, it was in the 40s, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
I'll look him up.
AJ.
In one word, describe the WWE right now.
Right now, I think right now it's probably in the best position that it's been in the last 15 years. Because they're actually giving the younger talent an opportunity to stir the ship. You know.
Best tag team you've ever worked?
Pardon?
The best tag team you've ever worked?
Best tag team I've ever worked? Oh, shit.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Jesus Christ. Blackout.
The Blackout. Uh-oh. Eddie.
Doris Roberts from Everybody Loves Raymond or Betty White? Who would have the better sex tape?
Betty White.
Doris Roberts just can get no damn love. That's like 37 consecutive Betty Whites. Wick?
Betty White's awesome, man.
Clyde, your turn.
Bush or no Bush, and not the president.
No Bush.
AJ, last question.
Last question.
Favorite WrestleMania?
Favorite wrestler ever? Arn Anderson.
All right.
Did you say favorite WrestleMania?
I said favorite WrestleMania.
Oh, I thought you said favorite wrestler ever.
No, favorite WrestleMania.
Favorite WrestleMania? Probably WrestleMania 20.
Okay.
Yep. WrestleMania 20. Because I think that Benoit and Guerrero both earned their spots, and they showed Vince what wrestling is all about. It's not about being a big jacked up fucking, Greek statue. It's about getting in there and knowing this business and performing it like it's fucking poetry.
Right.
Berg, we appreciate it so much, sir. How can everyone get in touch with you?
Just look on Facebook is the best way. Look for No Pain, and that's all one word, No Pain, and then Train. Look me up, send me a friend request, add me. Tell me I'm a fat alcoholic. I don't give a shit. Just add my ass and fuck, let's talk.
Why would you want my damn nickname, Berg? Oh, wait, no, wait. No, mine was fat fucking alcoholic. And there's my obligatory F-bomb for the night.
Well, I mean, I can be the fat alcoholic, goddammit.
Okay, there you go. It's gonna let
Berg, we appreciate it so much. We're gonna have you on very, very soon again, and we're gonna we're just gonna let the tape go. Thank you so much for coming on with us tonight, sir.
Hey guys, thank you very much. AJ, thank you for calling in, brother.
Oh, yeah, appreciate it, man.
Yes, man, that'll be good.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. We're about to take
All right,
our next break of the evening. When we come back, we're going to let AJ Steele go wild right here on the To Be Determined Show live, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
All bad things must come to an end. The world's most notorious rock band is saying goodbye forever. Dodge presents Motley Crue, the final tour, with very special guest Alice Cooper. Friday, August 15th, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now. Motley Crue, the final tour. For more info and tour dates, visit motley.com.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Layne.
And I'm the cause, Robert Cosper.
And this is your invitation to join us
and the Hitman, Big Daddy Cool, Ryan Adcock, right here for the Saturday Showcase.
At Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10, 9, 8 a.m. Pacific time. See? We do math around this place. Be sure to catch us right here on BeyondRingside.com. You can also listen through Winamp for Android and BlackBerry, as well as the Shoutcast mobile app for Apple as well. Remember, that's Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
And let me tell you how you can find the Hitman, Big Daddy Cool, Ryan Adcock on social media. It's very easy. It's at www.kissmyass.
Whoa. Stop that right there. Folks, we'll see you Saturday on the Showcase. Bye for now.
The To Be Determined Show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde, Braddock, and the Magic City Motor Fast Eddie Layne, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live, the To Be Determined Show, with myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Architect, and the Wicked Nemesis, and of course my producer, Fast Eddie Layne.
Great to be a part of the show this evening. By the way, real quick, I have actually just discovered something new. Planters has a 5-alarm chili, dry roasted peanuts. Never tried them before. Been very happy with them. So and right now, considering the circumstance, if there is a beautiful young lady who would like to come over and nibble on my nuts, you'd be more than welcome to.
And the Grand Design, Clyde, Braddock.
I'm here. Let's do this shit.
It's the last thing Wick ever expected me to say was what I just said.
Yes, it was. And our special guest co-host tonight, the real deal, AJ Steele. AJ, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good, but I can't believe he just cut a promo about his new nuts that he just got.
5-alarm. Now, we were just talking off air. We were talking about going back home. You have some very, very humble beginnings in the Southeast. You worked for a lot of shows and events that a lot of people may not expect you to have worked. You like to go back there, and we were talking about what I call it the director syndrome. There's a lot of directors that direct movies that are art films, indie films that they want to create, what they consider art. And then over time, they start to do bigger films because, of course, you have to be able to do your independent films and be able to do your art films, the films that you love. You have to do other movies, big movies. But when they come back, it seems that they've kind of priced themselves out of their price range. Do you feel that going back to some of these places that is a fear by some of these promoters?
Yes, and the funny thing about it is like I said when we were off the air, I'm not trying to go back to these places to get rich or to ask for some ungodly amount of money. I go back to these places because I appreciate them giving me the opportunity to work in those places before I made a name for myself. You know what I'm saying? And they actually are the people that change. I may not ask for an ungodly amount of money, but because they think that I am, they automatically say, well, we can't afford you. And I'm clearly just coming back because I don't forget where I came from. I am still the same humble person that I was. I may be a little more pissed off about life, but I'm still willing to give back to the companies that helped make me. and to the people that help make me, to the fans that help make me. So yes, I do feel like it's an issue. Any promoter that knows me knows that I'm willing to negotiate, because I don't forget where I came from. Period. It's simple as that.
Now, this past Saturday, you a lot of people say you snapped. Some people say your true colors come out. I just say it was AJ being AJ. Tell the people, how did all this with Micah Taylor come about? Because it's been growing for some time. The Steel Cage match, New York City's finest, the Wrestling Foundation. Nobody was there but you and T3, Teddy Tutwiler III. How did all of this come about? We know how it started, but how will it end?
Let me tell you guys a real quick story. What you guys don't know is, I've only, as a professional wrestler, you have injuries throughout your career. Fortunately, I've been very blessed to not have had as many serious injuries as other people have had. The one major injury that I have had was done probably 2010, and it was at the hands of Micah Taylor. Micah grabbed my shoulder, ran it into a ring post on like 4 different occasions, back to back. And 2 weeks after that, I had to have surgery. A lot of people don't know that. So I was out of wrestling for, I believe it was like 5.5 months. And that is where it actually all started. Because there was never a phone call. There was never, nothing. Like nothing. Oh, AJ's out. That's it. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a damn. There was a few people in my very small circle of people that contacted me to find out what was wrong and was I okay and all that good stuff. Micah Taylor was not one of them. The match was me and Murder against Wardell and Micah. And it was the showdown at Rampage at the Warner Robins Civic Center. I think it was 2010. I could be wrong about the year, but it doesn't matter. The fact is that it happened. So we fast forward to the invasion of the Underground to Rampage, and the animosity, in my opinion, it just kept boiling over. It just kept getting bigger. I just didn't have the opportunity I didn't have the place, the right time, the right place. The moon and the stars and everything were not aligned properly as they was for me to come to GCW and make my presence be known there like it is now. So with all of this being said, Micah Taylor almost ended my career. So I'm looking to end his career. The difference between him and me is that he's lazy because he half-assed did something that I would have completely finished. And you will see, I'm going to finish where I started. See, we just raised the level of violence just a touch, just a hair. And now everybody's asking me, oh my God, like, what is this AJ? Is this his true colors? Is this what is going on? What's gotten into him? What is this? What is that? This is life. This is what I'm all about now. Micah Taylor has to deal with what Micah Taylor did. Excuse me?
Well, since the last time we talked to you, you have also got gold at UIW. You are the UIW heavyweight champion. I mean, you did. I mean, you won a heavyweight championship with this injury. How hard was that to overcome such a painful injury and then to pull out a very great win?
I mean, we, like I said, we deal with pain all the time, but sometimes I feel like certain things are intentional. What Micah Taylor did, I feel as though it was intentional. He don't give a damn about me. He don't care about my family. He don't care about me providing for my children, so why should I care about causing bodily harm to his family, or him? This is one of those situations where you got to be careful what you say, because Micah, I know where you live. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people just really don't understand. You know, you push a person to a certain level, you push them to a certain edge, and they have, either you're going to fall off the ledge or you're going to react. And I'm not looking to fall off the ledge, so I reacted. And now I'm going to continue to react. And I'm going to react in ways that people have never seen me react before. So like I said, it's personal.
Eddie, you were witness to this. What were your thoughts as this was going on in the ring?
Truth. I saw it coming to a great degree. I didn't know to the extent, but I saw it coming because I've paid attention over the last little while, and I know it runs deep. I know it runs personal. And more often than not, when the personal and the professional collide, it's an explosion that not a lot of people can handle. That's why this past Saturday night, you know, I've always been a straight shooter when it comes to being a commissioner, when it comes to being me. And the one thing that I'm going to sit back and say, again, that I said this past Saturday night in Pell City, Alabama, take the gloves off. Both sides know what's coming. Saturday, August 30. Both sides know what's coming because both sides can do it. I have no problem. I have no issue of conscience putting the commissioner stamp on a no disqualification match between you and Micah. Why do you think I brought it up? Because
I didn't forget that it was your idea.
Remember, I'm the one who brought it up because of one simple thing. Y'all can both elevate your own game, but you also bring out the best in each other. I said this to somebody the other night. Actually, I've said this all over the last couple of days. The shots that you and Micah Taylor were laying in on each other, people could be standing outside in the parking lot and swear a .357 had been fired. You can't fake shots like that, kids. That goes deeper than money. That goes deeper than professional. That goes to personal.
Very much so.
That's why.
Very much so.
Because before the chair shot, the match that y'all were having could have been anywhere in the country. And fans would have had the same reaction. Holy shit, don't let them stop. Keep going. Look, I respect you whether you believe it or not. Just like I respect Micah Taylor whether he believes it or not. But more so than anything else, I respect the fans of Global Championship Wrestling. That's why I want to see this fight. I want to see this match. And I want to see this go down. Wick?
Clyde, you were also there. We were watching on the monitor. You know AJ. You know AJ better than most. Were you shocked to see what went down after the compact pile driver giving to AJ Steele from Micah Taylor several weeks ago?
Well, I mean, this is one of those things where it puts me kind of in a tough spot, just because I know that these guys have got something going on a whole nother level. I mean, and Mike is my trainer. It's a well-known fact to everyone, and I'm definitely going to stay out of this one because I have respect for AJ and I have respect for Mike, and I can't. They can talk about each other. It's one of those things that I don't want to get into, just because I know that they got a history with each other from wrestling before, and I knew about that, and I knew that it was serious. You know, they beat the shit out of each other, and like Eddie was saying, you you can't fake that. Like, you can't. No, there's no way. Like, even me in the back, I'm like, God, they're beating the shit out of each other. I'm like, God, I'm glad I'm not in there. Like, I don't want any part of that right now. I mean, I've got my stuff going with the 5-star, and I've been focusing on that. And I just, I just think that they're both great competitors, and it's really a teaching tool whenever I watch it on the monitor in the back, to watch both of them wrestle together. And I'm just amazed because, they're making me be like, get into it and be on the edge of my seat, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck am I doing? Like, and then everybody's being like, ah! But, I mean, they got me on the edge of my seat. I'm in the back running around like an idiot when something big happens. I mean, it's great. So, I got all the respect in the world for you guys, and I hope y'all beat the shit out of each other more. Because I love the tension that you have between each other, because it makes for great wrestling.
Do me a favor. Let me jump in on this one for a second, because there's one other little thing that I want to bring out. We talk about the symmetry of the card, the laying out of the card. I want to ask a question to both Wick and Clyde. If AJ and Micah had the match that they had in the one spot, and you had to follow that, what's the first thing that pops in your head as you're watching the monitor in the back? Wick, I'll go to you first.
You're asking me if they opened the show with AJ beating the shit out of Micah Taylor like he did.
The match that they had this past Saturday night.
Yeah, but it turned into a brawl. AJ beat the shit out of him and called out his wife and everybody in the underground.
Would that not basically put a tinge in your brain going, we got to kick it up a notch, let's have some fun?
No, not really, because I'm not predicated on what starts the show, because, how often do we get to start the show? If we're not doing it, it really doesn't predicate. What predicates it is the intensity that somebody like AJ brings.
Right.
The intensity has to be turned up a notch. But anytime you follow AJ Steele, you know what's coming. And it's very hard to follow AJ Steele because AJ is usually in the main event, let's be honest.
Clyde, same question.
Yep. Well, this is, and everybody that knows me and has ever watched me wrestle knows that I'm going all out on this one. If I had to follow them, I'm going to the top rope. I'm going up there, and I'm seeing what happens. I'm going to see what it is all about, because yeah. Maybe second rope. Maybe second rope. That's a little high for me. The top rope is definitely way up there.
My thing is, and not to cut you off, Clyde. I mean, you guys all remember the cage match.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And I've been interviewed several times since that cage match, and there's been other things that have happened, and I have basically had to put the cage match on the back burner because of other stupid ass shit that has happened, like Velvet Jones calling me a racist, or other people giving their opinion, which everybody is entitled to. But I've addressed those things before I addressed what I thought was the absolute best cage match that I've ever been involved in. But what you guys saw, because you guys were not involved in it, is you saw Micah Taylor turn the intensity up in that match. He actually was the one on their team that turned up the intensity, because there, if you remember correctly, there was bodies everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Micah Taylor was the one who caused us to all step our games up that night. And after that night, after I hit him with the big shit the big dump, and I pinned him, I swore to myself that the intensity of that night and the intensity of that match and the crowd and how everything was could not go any place but up. So with all of that being said, it started, like you said, you saw this coming. You had to have seen it coming, because every time I talk about this man, no matter how much I hate his guts, no matter how much I don't respect him anymore, I always tell you I had respect for him. He will make anybody step their game up. I'm not going to come here and not speak it the way it really is. The truth about Micah Taylor is that he is one of the best to ever step foot in the ring. The problem is he's crossed somebody who, hey, I may not be the best technical wrestler, but when I come, I'm coming to beat you. And now the level that we're on is beyond beating you. I don't want to just take your belt. I don't want to just take your title. I don't want to just get paid more money because I'm the champion. I don't want to just have the fans afraid of me. I want to have Micah Taylor out of the wrestling business, period. I don't want him to not have a show at GCW. I don't want him to have a show anywhere. I don't want to see a poster or a flyer or a commercial or a promo spot with Micah Taylor's face on it ever again. See, this is what I don't think he understands. It's not about business anymore. Money is not the issue for me. Respect is not the issue for me. It was a song, I can't remember. Wicked, I know you're good at hip-hop. The song said, I'd rather be feared than loved because the fear lasts longer. Micah, I'm not looking for your respect. I'm not looking for your love from the fans. I'm looking for your fear. I'm looking to end your career. That's what I'm here to do now. GCW has been put on notice. I'm letting everyone know, if you are affiliated with Micah Taylor, including Tracy, since she likes to stick her nose in my business. We all know that I don't have a problem with beating up women. I mean, let's just call it like it is. You ain't got to like it. There ain't nothing nobody can do about it. My focus is Micah Taylor. Having titles in other buildings and other promotions is great. My focus is Micah Taylor.
That is it seems you have your eyes and sights completely set on Micah Taylor. I mean, when was the last time you remember being this just ready to go after somebody? Has there been any other time that you've wanted to hurt somebody this bad?
There's been intense rivalries. There's been intense competitions. There's been, guys that have jumped me from behind, and there's been guys that have pissed me a murder off. And yeah, you know how we are. Hey, I respect anyone who is hungry enough to go after what they want. I respect anybody. I may not like them, but I respect them for going after. If it was somebody who was coming after the usual suspects or coming after the blacklist, and they did us in, they got the best of us. We've been beat up in parking lots, and we've been beat up in high schools, and we've had all different types of situations. This situation, to me, is by far, I think, going to be the most violent because of my frame of mind, because of my mindset, because of where I'm at in my career, where I'm at in my life, where I'm at in my time. I'm older, I'm bitter, I'm angry, I'm hurt. I hurt every day. I wake up and I hurt. And I choose to continue to do what I do. But the reason why is because there's one more thing I've done a lot of things in this business, but there's one more thing that I want to do. And I want to get rid of Micah Taylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, that sounded like a in memoriam for Micah Taylor. AJ, do you do funerals? You speak at eulogies?
No, I usually just like to cause them.
Let's make sure that we send all thoughts and prayers to Micah Taylor and to his family, because it seems that AJ is about to put a whooping on anybody that gets in his way between him and Micah Taylor. Now, there's a long time between now and the end of August. What are you going to do? I mean, are you going to see Michael on another show? I mean, are you just focused in on this? I mean, hitting the gym. I mean,
I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad that you said that, because, you know, that's how personal it is for me. It's not about ticket sales. It's not about how many people we can draw to a show. For me, it's not about that. It is about going to Micah's hometown, actually having to drive through his town to get to a show, because I know where I have to go to get to the shows that I have to get to. And, you know, I know that he owns he works out at a certain gym in a certain town at a certain time. You know what I'm saying? And like I asked him, you know, Michael, when you're working out, where's Tracy? What's Tracy doing? You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm telling you, Micah, it's so personal. Because you can't be in two places at one time. You can only be where you are. And I can only be where I am. And where I am may be where Micah is, or it could be where Tracy is. That's how personal it is. This is what I mean by what I'm saying to you right now. You tell me what you would do if I slapped your mama. You tell me what you would do if I punched your wife in the face. Any of you. If I did any of these violent things to a member of your family, what is that going to make you do? No longer am I the one that's hunting people. Now, Mike is hunting me.
Clyde, your thoughts on this? I mean, has anybody pushed you this far that you would go to these extents, Clyde?
Yeah, freaking Hagen and Dog. I mean, and Pandora for that matter. She was about to stab Knox with a pair of freaking scissors. What the hell is wrong with her?
Oh, we haven't gotten to that yet. I was going to ask AJ about that.
I know, but I'm saying that's the level of anger and hate that I'm at with that. I feel like that because I'm ready to end somebody's career. I mean, Jesus, it was literally the 5-star Fight Club. I mean, we can get into that later. Let's go. Let's keep on keeping on.
Eddie, final thoughts on this intense rivalry that may just be starting up and it may just be ending between Micah Taylor and AJ. I mean, although you were witness, I mean, when was the last time you saw intensity this surgical and this strategic as AJ has brought to Micah Taylor?
Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And I legitimately think we're about to see 2 atomic warheads go off. It's that simple. It really is. I think we're about to see 2 atomic warheads go off when these two finally meet face to face. You know, and I'm wondering if no disqualification is going to be enough. But by the same token, I'm willing to take this world one step at a time. Wick?
One step at a time. That's how wars are won.
Yes.
It's all about battles. You got to battle. You got to win the battles and win the war. But AJ,
well, here's another little piece of information for you. Wars may be one step at a time, but in the person's mind of the 2 people that are battling in this instance, in this situation, Micah's got more to lose than I do. And what is one of the most dangerous people in the world? One of the most dangerous people in the world is a person that has nothing to lose. And at this point in my mind, I don't have anything to lose. So I'm straight kamikaze on this. Everything and anything that it takes to do to beat this guy and to end this guy is what I plan on doing. You know, Micah's got to worry about rules. And actually, to be honest with you, with the no DQ match, which, Eddie, I don't know how smart it was for you to put him in. I don't know if you and Mike are friends, and I know you say you don't have no problem with me, and, you know, for the most part, I don't have a problem with you either. I don't like too many people. But for you to put him in this type of match, I feel like you completely put him in harm's way. I think that you put Micah Taylor in a situation that he really didn't want to be in. Because you have a match with me, I do something wrong, the referee can disqualify me. You know what I mean? They can throw it out. They can call security. Get him out of here. Well, now, there is no calling security. There is no get him out of here. I can beat Micah Taylor until he stops moving. And that's exactly what I plan on doing.
Do you think the underground will be a factor in this?
I don't give a damn about the underground. You guys must forgot that the suspension on New York City's finest, on my guy.
I didn't.
Yeah, well,
I didn't forget that.
Are they suspended in August?
The way that it was written, the suspension ran through this month.
So in August, they'll be there.
Now, here's the thing that everybody's got to remember. And Wick, to expound upon your question, I know that unless something happens, New York's finest, the foundation of professional wrestling, will be there. But I also know that the underground will be there. What I work
clearly we've already exposed them for what they are, which is nobodies. We've already beat them, so what difference does that make?
What I've done, I've leveled the playing field. Because in your mind and in Micah Taylor's mind, the gloves are off. You know, and he knows, that y'all can come at each other with anything at any time from any direction. And it's there. That's why I want this match.
You're going to get it.
Now, Clyde, you alluded to it just a few minutes ago. We want to get AJ's thought on this as well. Colin Muckenbaum Pandora trying to stab Chris Knox with a pair of scissors. You were right there. I was there. Eddie was about 80 feet away.
Less than that.
Clyde, tell everyone what went through your mind and, from your point of view, what happened.
The first thing that went through my mind, because right when I turned around, she had her hand drawn back, and I was like, this bitch right here is about to stab somebody with a damn pair of scissors. And I had to stop it. I was like, no. And this is not going to happen today. And I grabbed her hand with the scissors, and I grabbed her freaking hair and opened her chest up so that Knox could come in and put her where she freaking belonged. She didn't need to be in the fucking ring to begin with at the time. Okay, I'm not saying that she's a bad wrestler by no means, because she's a great wrestler. But I will say this, that she had no business being in the ring at that time, and that forced my hand. We've talked about this on air before. Like, if you step in the ring with me like a man, you're going to get treated like one. And I know that AJ feels the same exact way about her.
You don't even have enough time left on your show for me to talk about Mandora.
I know.
You don't even want to get me started
Well, actually, yeah, I do, because the bitch cut my fucking hair and jacked it up. So yeah, you can have as much time.
Well,
as
you know, I was in the back, and we have monitors, and actually at that particular time, I was not watching the monitor. It wasn't until you came back and your hair was not with you that
I'm bleeding everywhere too at this point.
Yeah, and clearly, Mandora is a unique person. Most people who have both working sets of genitalia usually are. I don't understand. The one thing I don't understand about her is that throughout Georgia and Alabama, I think even in Tennessee, I have dropped this woman on her head on several different occasions in several different states at several different promotions, and her dumb ass keeps sticking her nose in other people's business. So her life at home must be pretty fucking boring that she can get in a car, drive to a show to get her ass and face kicked in by a guy, and then come back. Like, how stupid does this woman have to be to continue? Like, what is she trying to prove? I don't know that she has a penis, definitely, but I have heard that she has a penis. And I heard a lot of things about her, and some of it, I don't want to talk about this stuff about her, having a dick on the... Well, hell, he talked about his nuts, and he offered a girl his nuts. So, Eddie, right? You talked about your nuts.
Yes, my 5-star chili planters peanuts. And I'm looking for someone.
So, damn it, Pandora's got nuts too. She's got nuts too, right?
I know not of what you speak.
All right. Well, speculation. What do you think, Wicked? You think she got nuts?
Well, I know she's got huge brass balls. Yes, sir.
Okay. This is what I'm trying to say. The broad is crazy. Obviously, she tried to stab a guy with a pair of scissors, but people always question me, well, AJ, why are you putting your hands on a woman? And why are you beating up Pandora? And calm like a bomb. Calm like a bomb is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, because she is probably... You ever seen a chihuahua that shakes? Like that they look like they're on crack? That's Pandora. Okay, you paint up a chihuahua's face, and you call it calm like a bomb, and there you have Pandora. Or the other thing that I usually commonly refer her to is the Ultimate Warrior in the casket.
Well, I'm thoroughly going to enjoy her in Mad Max Fury Road next summer. Now, you also, as you have said, have had your run-ins with Pandora. Now,
I've never ran in Pandora. I don't even appreciate you saying that.
You have been at many promotions with Pandora where she stuck your nose in your business. Now, you and Murder One, as we've talked about before, caught a lot of bad press, a lot of flack, a lot of heat for what you guys did to her when she stuck her nose in your business last time. Now, do you feel that Chris Knox was justified with hitting Pandora with the Peter Gabriel?
If I was Chris Knox, I'd still be kicking Pandora's ass right now. See, and this was, 5 days ago?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'd still be kicking Pandora's ass right now if she had tried to hit me with a pair, stab me with a pair of scissors, or stab me with anything, or put that old dusty raggedy vagina on me. I would probably still be kicking her ass right now. There's a lot of rumors about different things that have happened. Yeah, I've seen Pandora in a gas station, and I actually kicked her in the face once. Somebody else said that they heard that I pistol whipped her You know, some of these things are true, some of these things aren't true. I don't know.
Well, that's what happened. The pistol whipping, whelps on the neck from the necklace dripping. But but you have also had your run-ins with several of the GCW wrestlers and several of the UIW wrestlers. Is there anybody on that roster of UIW or on the roster of GCW you see as a direct threat besides Micah Taylor?
I've said before, GCW has a very, very, very talented locker room. The difference is UIW has a very good locker room as well. GCW has got a lot of young talent, and they have a few veterans that are there. UIW also. The problem is none of them have the anger. None of the wrestlers, none of the workers, nobody is more intense at what we do than I am. Nobody. The only other person that I have an issue with outside of Micah Taylor would be Bull Buchanan. Bull Buchanan is another, huge guy, great worker, been all around the world, went over to Japan and made a big name for himself over in Japan. I don't give a shit about any of that. I don't give a fuck what you did in Japan. I don't care where you went. I don't care about what you did. I don't care about anything. I just recently beat you for your title, and now I'm the UIW heavyweight champion. No, to answer your question, there's a lot of talented people, but am I threatened by anybody, or do I see anybody that really even makes me feel like I should watch them? No. That may be an arrogant-ass thing to say, but I don't care. Because who's doing anything about it? Who's grabbing me by the back of my shirt saying, "Hey, I want to match with you"? Who's when I pull up and I pull up in my car and I'm getting out and going into a building, who's stopping me saying, "AJ, I feel like I want a shot at you"? See, those are things that I did. Those are things that me and Murder One did. We went after people. These guys don't have the balls to do that nowadays. It's a bunch of bitches. Everybody wants to fight on Facebook now. Everybody wants to get on Facebook and talk about how tough they are. Everybody wants to get on Instagram and put pictures of them in the gym. I'm guilty of putting pictures up of myself in the gym, by the way, because I was actually there. I can go to the gym and take a picture and say, "Look, I'm about to work out," and then get my fat ass back in the car and drive off, because that's what a lot of these guys are doing anyway.
Now, Scotty Beach has feelings.
For all you Facebook gangsters out there, for all you Facebook wrestlers out there, for all you guys that were trained on trampolines, that bought a pair of boots and some tights and a mask and put some string around you and went to the store and bought some sports tape and got an energy drink, fuck each and every one of you.
Look, first of all, this is not the time nor the place to bash Scotty Beach or Josh Storm. This is just not it.
Scotty Beach. Wow.
Did you
Scotty
hear
Beach.
that he is running Great Championship Wrestling, that he's actually booking for them?
You know what? Let me tell you something. I have not, I know Scotty Beach. I've met Scotty Beach. Me and Scotty Beach have never had any issues. A lot of people have had issues with Scotty Beach. I've heard Scotty Beach has said a lot of negative things about me. Where's he at again?
I believe it's Phoenix City or Phoenix City.
Okay, my kids live there in Phoenix City. Who are we talking about again?
Well, I do believe he used the N-word to describe you one time. He called you a nobody, so.
Scotty Beach?
I'm just messing with you.
Oh. Okay.
Jesus Christ, AJ, he would never say anything to you. He's like, whoa, AJ,
Okay.
Dude.
it's so big.
Wick, you realize this is one of those times.
You did bring. Hold on, because let's talk about something else, because that's a waste of time and breath, and I don't even want to talk about Scotty Beach. Let's talk about Josh Storm. You want to talk about Josh Storm?
Go right ahead, sir.
Okay. In my opinion, Josh Storm is one of the most talented. He's a little guy. He's so cute, but he's so talented. He's very talented. He's very talented, and I actually like Josh Storm. Not a lot, but I like it. I think he's got a lot of fire. He goes out and he does what I respect. He gives 150% every time he's in the ring. I don't give a damn if he wears a mask that looks like yours or if he has a mohawk that looks like yours. He is a very talented person. I personally don't have a problem with Josh Storm, and I personally don't like mohawks. I think all of them are ugly. I've never liked yours. But that doesn't change my opinion of you as a person. Because we all know you and I have a very unique relationship outside of this business. And, well, inside of this business. But, Josh Storm can do whatever Josh Storm wants to do because he's talented and he's busted his ass to get to where he's been. He's been around for, I believe, 9 or 10 years. And he was trained by somebody who I have a lot of respect for, which is Doug Summers. A lot of respect for Doug Summers. Doug Summers will beat a bitch's ass right now, and I think he's like 150 years old. So that's my thoughts on Josh Storm. I don't have a problem with Josh Storm. I like Josh Storm. I slapped the shit out of Josh Storm, but, it is what it is.
Yeah, I have not spoken about what happened with Josh and I. The whole thing about the mask, I was mad for about 3 minutes. Now the thing about it is Josh come to me as a man and told me, man, no disrespect, etc. And I told him, that was cool. I told him my problem is that I don't think Pandora should just be saying, hey, you should wear a mask to just anybody. But he and I got over it. We started, laughing about it. It was cool. But I don't have a cell phone signal where I live, as Eddie and Clyde can both tell you. I sent her a message telling her that, everything was cool. About 9 hours later, I got a text from her just dogging me for talking shit. And then finally I sent her a message, which she got just, I guess, hours after that, saying that me and Josh were cool. My only problem with it is I told Josh I didn't want Josh associated with me, and I know Josh didn't want to be associated with me because he's worked so hard to do his own thing for so long. Right. Then all of a sudden it was like everybody contacted me when those pictures went out. I just happened to not be on Facebook that Monday, and then everything happened that Tuesday.
The only thing from what I was told, it was Josh's idea to wear the mask. I guess because they're a tag team now, and I've actually had to work against both of them in Monroe, Georgia, at the Southern Fried Championship Wrestling promotion.
Extra crispy.
Gotta love the name, right? Like I said, I don't associate with hermaphrodites, so I don't really talk to Pandora like that to find out who did what. But from what I heard of the situation, I felt as though if it was Josh's idea to wear a mask, I wear a mask. I know you have worn a mask. I don't, not trying to be funny, but there's probably 15,000 people in independents that wear masks. I don't know if they have reasons for what they do. I think I know that you have a reason for what you do. I know that I have a reason for what I do, but I don't question anybody's reasoning because I am me. Josh is Josh and Wicked is Wicked. And ain't nobody making millions of dollars off of selling masks, and there's no gimmick infringement, I don't think, in independent wrestling because there's 50 Josh Storms across the United States. There's somebody else that looks just like Josh Storm that's got an ugly-ass mohawk, painted some kind of weird color to match his tights and he matches boots. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take offense to people trying to imitate me because I'm flattered. Because no matter how hard you imitate me, you can't be me.
Thank you.
You don't do what I do in the ring. You don't bring to the table what I bring to a company. I've heard people just recently say when AJ Steele comes to the ring, the entire mood of the show changes. I bring that to a company because that's what I bring. That's what I want people to feel when I walk out in front of a person and get in the ring. That's what I want. So with that being said, I wouldn't be offended by anybody who was trying to imitate me because this is a business, and this is not just a business here in Georgia. This is a worldwide business. So it is what it is. Josh Storm is 5'2", maybe. You know, he's a little guy, but he can work his ass off, and that's why I respect Josh Storm. Period.
We're about to take our last break of the evening. When we come back, we're going to take it to the take-it-home portion of the To Be Determined Show live, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
Hey, this is Stan Grubb for Wrestle Rage Radio right here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for myself and Smart Rage as we discuss the professional wrestling business from WWE, TNA, and all things in between. We'll have an interview here or there. We'll see what we can do to just keep you entertained. And along the way, we're going to have to bring up some emotion and make you think. That's what we like to do. So join us here on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you at Wrestle Rage.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
The Mad Dog's House of Pain, the only nationally licensed pro wrestling school in the state of Alabama. Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, trained by the Junkyard Dog, will be your trainer. You want to be a professional wrestling superstar? Learn from GCW's own Mad Dog's House of Pain. With over 22 years' experience, learn from the Mad Dog's House of Pain. 205-567-6482. Start your career today. Call 205-567-6482.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the To Be Determined Show. This is the take-it-home portion of the show. Eddie, last thoughts, sir.
Well, got a couple of them. Number one, for those who missed ROH television from this past weekend, oh, you better find a way to watch it. Match of the week, all the way across the board. Ethan Gabriel Owens and Joshua Alexander versus Red Dragon. I'm sorry, I watched this match 3 times because it was that damn good. These guys restored my faith in real tag team wrestling on a semi-national level. Point blank. And then the 8-man tag team match from Ring of Honor this past weekend. War Machine, Decade, Bad Influence, as they were called in TNA, Kazarian and Daniels, and the Briscoe brothers, was an incredible match. It was fun to watch from start to finish. Point of reference. Stephanie McMahon, in my opinion, honestly deserves an Emmy nomination for her on-screen performances over the last 2 weeks on Raw. She has been that damn good in this whole storyline between her and Nikki and Brie Bella Twits, or the Bella Twits. The only downside of this scenario is the fact that, honestly, when it comes to the Bellas, nobody cares. You can get a momentary reaction for the fans, but the second that something better comes along, boom, the fans will switch. The second that Stephanie McMahon slapped Brie Bella, the game changed. Stephanie McMahon, go back and watch this, kids. When she started throwing the yes, the crowd was with her, not booing her. They weren't going no, they were going yes. They cheered her and yesed her. She basically became the babyface, or at least the tweener, if you can use that word, in this situation. She can be the heel with Daniel Bryan. She can be the heel with Paul Heyman. She can be the heel with Sin Cara. Or in any other number of situations, preferably that don't involve John Cena. But in this one, nope. Vince, Hunter, Steph, even the three of you on your best day can't get and keep the Bella Twins over. No one cares. Runner-up for match of the week so far, Cena versus Cesaro from Monday Night Raw. They opened with this match, and it was good. I was impressed with Cena's performance. I have been impressed with Cesaro's performances. These two lit it the hell up in what could have easily been a SummerSlam match. It was good enough for one of the big 4 pay-per-views. And one other quick one. My side of the coin in play. And this is from me to everybody listening, whether you're listening live on this Wednesday night, 30th day of July, or if you're listening on the Beyondcast podcast replays or on the station. Thank you, Wick, for the word Beyondcast. I appreciate that. I'm running with it now. There are songs, there are movies, other forms of art and entertainment that touch people on 3 levels, in reverse order: spiritual, mental, emotional. Perfect example of the musical side would be the song Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers. It touches people of all ages on 2 or 3 of those levels. There's a school of thought that says professional wrestling, when done right, can touch people on 2 of those levels most of the time. And on that very special occasion, we can touch all 3. I put a challenge to everyone who calls themselves a worker in the realm of professional wrestling. In-ring talent, manager, doesn't matter. Authority figure, referee, announcer. Continue to step up your game to where you are strong enough in the ring or on a microphone to where you can captivate people with the way you work in the ring, and to make people hang from your every word when you're on a microphone. It doesn't matter if you're opening the show or if you're in the main event. You can get them if you do it right. You can capture their minds, and they can make the emotional investment. And if you're that damn good at what you do and continue to get better, you can make it a spiritual thing. That is my side of the coin, Wick.
AJ, final thoughts about wrestling for this week, sir.
I'm sorry. Say that again, please, because I couldn't say it.
Your final thoughts about the wrestling week that was.
Well, I beat the hell out of Micah Taylor, and I mean, I enjoyed every second of it. To be completely honest with you, I really want to just what Eddie just said, like I said, Eddie and I don't really always agree on everything, but I totally agree with what he just said. And I'm more people, more workers should have the mentality of what he just said, because if ever you go to a ring, your mentality should be, you want this match to be better than the last match. Like, we all learn or have learned from mistakes. Somebody pulls us to the side and says, hey, when you did this, you should have did this. So now, the next time you go out and you apply it, so that you are stepping your game up in every match. Every match should be, in my opinion, you should strive to make every match more intense, more exciting, more captivating than the last. I totally agree with what you just said, Eddie, and I'm glad that you brought that out, because it actually applies to what I'm going to do as far as stepping my game up and ending another man's career. So that's my week and my weeks to come in wrestling.
Clyde, your thoughts on the week that was wrestling?
Well, I mean, the 5-Star Fight Club actually had 5 people this time. And they had the Rock and Roll Express, them, and Mandora, as AJ so affectionately calls her. And I mean, it was 5 on 2. I mean, it really was the whole match. And I just don't see why the 5-Star Fight Club even put their nose in our business. Because, they wasn't on the flyer. They wasn't on the flyer to wrestle the Rock and Roll Express. We were. And they stuck their nose where it didn't belong. And the person that's tagging along with them, it happened to be Pandora, got the wrath end of it. I mean, because we got the last laugh in that scenario. They want to they want to say that we're the bad guys, and she's over here trying to stab people with scissors. And Mad Dog Dan Sawyer needs to get the hell out of the freaking business, because he's old as hell, and I feel like that I'm gonna hurt him. And O'Hagan needs to do the same thing anyway, because he needs to eat. He needs to take time off and eat something. I mean, the guy gets skinnier every time we meet up.
He is the white Charlie Villanueva.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm disappointed that it couldn't that they had to stick their nose in our business when it was our time to shine with the Rock and Roll Express. But I mean, that's just how they do, and we're supposed to be the guys that they boo us when we come out there. I don't understand it.
Well, it is one of those mysteries that probably will go unsolved for some time, because that's how those dumbasses are, and they don't understand what's right in front of their eyes. But we want to thank Iceberg for coming on tonight, the No Pain Train. We want to thank AJ Steele. AJ, thank you for coming on for this extended edition. AJ, how can everyone get in touch with you, sir? Promoters especially.
Definitely on Facebook at, AJ Steele. I'm on Instagram at AJ Steele. I got Title Defense in Buchanan, Georgia this Saturday night for UIW. I'm actually going to be involved in, there's some girl from the Mean Girls Club or Bad Girls Club. I don't know what the TV show is. I don't watch it. But in Fort Valley this Friday night, this chick named Big Red is coming from the TV show. She'll be in Fort Valley this Friday night, so I got that. And Sunday I'm going to come home and kick my feet up and enjoy all of my wins.
Eddie, what does this station have upcoming, sir, and how can everyone get in touch with you?
Let's run it down. Starting Thursday, July 31st, 7 o'clock p.m., Cause and Effect present the Thursday Night Radio Throwdown. Saturday, August the 2nd, the Beyond Ringside Saturday Showcase kicks off at 10 p.m. Central Time. On Sunday, August the 3rd, it's the Triple Play. Baseball, suck this. Beyond Ringside Live at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wrestle Rage with Smart Rage and Stan at 8 p.m. Central Time. And the Midnight Black Mass starring the Reverend Dan Wilson at 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern. This Tuesday, August the 5th, the return of Back to Basics with yours truly and special co-host Wiggy Wigowski. A lot of you know her from the View from Filsinger headquarters, as well as Pantsless Radio. Wiggy and I are teaming up for the first time, and I'm really looking forward to that. Going to have a very special guest, Big Red, the promoter from Rage Pro Wrestling up in Pennsylvania. Wednesday, August 6th, you got it. The To Be Determined Show, 9 p.m. Central. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com, at Beyond Ringside on Twitter, Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live, and thank you to all the people who've been still trying to get on the Facebook friends page. For me personally, Fast Eddie Layne, LAYNE.com is my personal site. Facebook.com/Fast Eddie Layne and at Fast Eddie Layne on Twitter. And I'll see everybody this Friday night, 9 p.m., Buffalo Wild Wings, Alabaster, Alabama. Wick, back to you.
Clyde, how can everyone get in touch with you, sir?
You can hit me up on the old Facebook there. It's at Clyde Braddock. There's only one, and he is awesome. Or you can hit me up on Twitter at @thegrand_design. Or you can hit up my manager, the Wicked Nemesis. He's right here, so give him a call now.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to everyone that has listened tonight. Thank you to everybody that's caught the replays. Thank you to everyone that listened to Beyond Ringside Sunday night and was at GCW in Pell City this past Saturday. The Merchants of Death, the Wicked Nemesis, the Unlucky Charms, and the To Be Determined Show all have Facebook fan pages. You can hit me up at Wicked Nemesis on Twitter, Enoch Tessarion, Tsarion, on Facebook. If you want to book Ovis, Doom, Ross, a.k.a. Trevor Eon, or Clyde Braddock, or Chris Knox. Also, everyone, thank you to everyone that has been downloading the podcast, because we know that the Beyond Cast are getting downloaded left and right. And yes, we're gonna have to copyright Beyond Cast. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Clyde. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you to everyone that has listened. And by the way, this has been a fantastic extended edition. Thank you all. I know we're all up a little bit late, especially AJ and Clyde. For Clyde Braddock.
Everyone have a wonderful night, and and all the fans from GCW keep sitting on your fat asses and eating hamburgers. And at least, when I came, I was fat, and now I'm being molded into what is the Grand Design now. So keep sitting on your asses, and until you get in the ring, go fuck yourself.
For Fast Eddie Layne.
If you are a very beautiful, rich young lady and would like to get me 2 tickets to Garth Brooks on September the 19th, I would love to go with you. Check out garthbrooks.com. He's going to be at Phillips Arena on September 19th. And I'm still looking for somebody who can nibble my nuts.
For the real deal, AJ Steele.
I know absolutely. Sad because they make me sick.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all once again. Good night, good luck, and as always, keep your week to be determined. Good night, folks.